Twin blasts in Jerusalem today killed a teenager and left another 22 people injured. The Jerusalem police have arrested 3 suspects after the explosions rocked the city. The cops claim the blasts appear to be an attack by Palestinian groups. The explosions occurred at 2 bus stops near the entrance to the city. The first explosion in Givat Shaul took place at around 7 a.m. local time. The second one about half an hour later. This one took place at the remote junction. The Israeli army says the explosive devices were kept in bags and one of them contained nails to maximize the damage.
Not an easy morning in terms of number of injuries. We have here an outline of an attack that we have not seen in many years. 2 consecutive attacks. At the moment, we can't tell if it was one terrorist or a squad that split. In any ways, at the moment, Israel's police's main effort is to scan all possibly hazardous areas, whether in bus stations, buses or crowded areas. At the same time, we are efforting to pursue and put our hand on whoever committed this terror attack. Together with all other security forces, we will do all in our power and will reach this squad.
Prime Minister-designate Benjamin Netanyahu visited the hospital to meet the wounded, while Jerusalem residents have gathered at the attack site to pray for those who were killed or hurt. Meanwhile, in Gaza, a spokesperson for the Palestinian group Hamas praised the explosions but stopped short of claiming responsibility. Itamar Ben-Gvir, the Israeli lawmaker who called for the death penalty for Palestinian attackers recently, has said the attack means Israel needs to take a tougher stance on Palestinian violence. Israeli authorities have said they are closing 2 West Bank crossings to Palestinians near the West Bank city of Jenin. More than 130 Palestinians have been killed in Israel-Palestinian fighting in the West Bank and East Jerusalem this year, making 2022 the deadliest year since 2006. The Israeli army says most of the Palestinians killed were terrorists. Meanwhile, European Union's ambassador to Israel took to Twitter to offer condolences over what she described as horrifying attacks. For the very latest on this big and developing story, my colleague Jody Cohen joins us live from Jerusalem. Jody, give us the latest. Of course, a blame game has begun, but nobody has formally claimed responsibility for this attack. 3 suspects have been arrested. What more do we know about the ongoing investigation?
Right, so we know that Palestinian Islamic Jihad and Hamas have both praised this terror attack, or I should say these terror attacks that took place this morning, but didn't claim responsibility. And in the latest, police are investigating evidence from the scene. I'm at one of the places where an explosion went off this morning. People have come, you might be able to hear behind me, people have come to pray, to pay their respects, to sing songs in solidarity with the 16-year-old boy who was killed in one of those attacks this morning, and with the 22 others who have been wounded, 3 of whom are said to be in serious to critical condition in hospital. Now, behind me, just below, I saw investigators. They've been digging in the rubble. They've been looking around, really scouring the ground and scouring the scene for any evidence whatsoever. In the latest, the police are suggesting that they believe that this was organised by a cell and that these were coordinated attacks. Don't forget also there is the Arab-Israeli boy who went into the West Bank to get his car fixed, was involved in a serious car accident and was taken to a Palestinian hospital. He is reportedly supposed to have been kidnapped by armed gunmen who unplugged his machines, and he has now died. And there are international negotiations going on right now for the release of his body. So 3 big attacks that have been happening over the last couple of days, but Israeli commentators are really seeing this as a continuation of a wave of terror that has been taking place since March in Israel.
Absolutely. too many deadly attacks this year alone, and this is also a politically sensitive time for Israel, given that the new government is yet to actually take office. Thanks so much, Judy, for getting us all those details. Stay safe.
Thank you.